Welcome, everyone, to our annual soccer banquet. And thank you all so much for coming. To get us kicked off, I'd like to say how proud I am of all of these kids. Well, not so much the ones I only saw show up to one practice or so, but nonetheless, most of these kids did an amazing job this season. Anyways, let's skip to the awards part, shall we? There are a few awards to give out tonight, starting with what participation trophies really are, some real life experiences with participation trophies, how they negatively affect children in the long term, and lastly, a little something for the parents too, on how you can be part of the solution to this problem. I'd also like to make it known tonight that not everyone will be receiving a trophy. But before you kick out your chairs and storm out of the building, I'd like to explain to you why. According to Urban Dictionary, a participation trophy is a trophy that is awarded, usually to a child. It is based on the idea that this will enhance their self-esteem, ultimately making them better adults somehow. Despite the fact that there's absolutely no empirical evidence of this being true, these awards continue to be given to kids today. Like myself and many others, we started our athletic careers at a very young age. In fact, my sister and I started playing competitive sports at the age of 3, which most people may think is really impressive to be so young and do such a thing. But being 3 years old also makes you very naive and impressionable. High school student Betty Burden shares her personal experience with participation trophies to the New York Times, saying that like many children her age, she grew up receiving trophy after trophy, medal after medal, and ribbon after ribbon for every single sports season, spelling bee, or science fair that she participated in. Today, her dozens of trophies, medals, and ribbons sit in the corner of her room simply collecting dust. These trophies no longer mean anything to her because she knows that identical trophies, statues, and ribbons stand in the rooms of kids all over her town and probably all over the nation. These junky pieces of plastic, though they used to make us feel good in the moment that we received them, are not something to be proud of any longer or want to show off to other people. Many people agree that participation trophies are no longer necessary and can cause a problem in the development of a child's attitudes and behaviors. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck explains a recent encounter that she had with a mother regarding their daughter's soccer team, saying that her daughter rarely showed up for practice, and when she did, she had a terrible attitude the entire time. Dweck says that despite that, she got a huge, gigantic trophy at the end of the season, just like all the other girls, the ones who did outstandingly well. And she would have been devastated had she not, and her mother would have been devastated too. Meaning that kids who do outstandingly well in their participation and effort rates are recognized and acknowledged in the exact same stature as someone who does not. This can negatively affect not only their behaviors and attitudes, but it can also affect their work ethic in the long term and relationships that they could possibly be in when they grow older. According to studies at Cornell University, children who constantly receive awards can become reliant on these things, ultimately damaging their work ethic in the future and many relationships that they could come into. This is what makes it all the more important for parents and coaches to understand this problem and help motivate their children in different ways than giving awards so that they do have better participation and effort rates. Once again, Stanford researcher Carol Dweck offers her opinion on the issue in the New York Times piece, "Too Much Praise is No Good for Children." After studying children's coping and resilience mechanisms for over 40 years, she says that too much praise can cause less resilient children. Acknowledging a child's everyday achievements can ultimately have negative repercussions on their motivation to actually achieve these goals. Parents should take away the fact that they are not giving their children a gift when they tell them how brilliant and talented they are, especially if the child does not try, excel, or do outstandingly well in this academic or athletic experience. And don't get me wrong, children should be appreciated and acknowledged for the good that they do, just not for every single thing. So I've compiled a list of some helpful tips to help some parents be part of this solution rather than pushing the problem. Starting with, and this is a tip for life, set a good example. Own up for your wrongs just as you would like your children to do. Secondly, and this is probably the most important, make sure that your children know that it's okay to lose sometimes, and it shouldn't be seen as a total loss, but as an opportunity for improvement and betterment of oneself. And lastly, it's okay to be proud, just not arrogant. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thank you all again so much for coming. I hope today that I have helped you all learn something very important about participation trophies. And for those of you, children, who didn't receive an award tonight, I hope that these personal experiences have helped you figure out how you will feel about these trophies in the long run, how negatively your behaviors and relationships could possibly be affected by the acts of getting these awards. And lastly, parents, I hope that you leave here with helpful tips and reminders on how to help your children become more motivated to participate and give forth a worthy effort. I hope you all leave here today with a better attitude and a harder work ethic and know the importance of being a team member and a good teammate. I hope you all strive to come back next year and earn one of these awards rather than just being given one. So keep working hard and be a good teammate. And I'll see you all next season. Thank you.